A whim's away, a whim's away, a whim's away. Welcome to the whimsical world of Zen. I'm Ken, and we're getting close, I can't believe it, to the end of the qualifying round to see who is going to be Album of the Year. Today I'm going to do another one of those, Album of the Day, and then the Album of the Day. We'll move on to the next round, and yeah, so let's just get this started. Stick around to the end of the video. You can find out who wins Album of the Day. Also, let me know what you think. Also, let me know what you think about any of these albums, if you listen to them or what. Tell me in the comments. And let's start it off with Mr. Jerry Cantrell. Sometimes people say I look like Jerry Cantrell, and this album is called I Want Blood, and I prefer Jerry Cantrell to Macaulay Culkin or Kid Rock. Or Brad Pitt. Anyways, I Want Blood, Jerry Cantrell. Let's check that out. Looking forward to it. Alright, party people in the house. Jerry Cantrell, I Want the Blood. From Transylvania. From Pennsylvania. Anyways, yeah, Jerry Cantrell from Alice in Chains, of course. Guitar player and singer and main songwriter, I would say. Yeah, really good. I got to see Jerry Cantrell live years ago after his first solo record, which was called Boggy Depot, which I really enjoy. And that album in particular was kind of interesting because it didn't really sound like Alice in Chains at all. But that being said, I believe his next album was called Degradation Trip. From then on, including this one, it really just kind of sounds like Alice in Chains, which is not a bad thing at all. That being said, it doesn't sound like Alice in Chains on the low end, the rhythm section, without Mike Inez on bass and without Sean Kinney on drums. You can definitely hear the difference for sure. I prefer Alice in Chains, but Jerry Cantrell is great, and this is his fourth solo album, I Want Blood. And so speaking of bass players, there's Duff McKagan, who's one of my favorite bass players. He plays on 3 or 4 songs, which is great. And Robert Trujillo from Metallica plays on a song too. So that's pretty cool. But again, not Mike Inez, who's really great. And somebody who is underrated, Jerry Cantrell. You know, we talk about great guitar players, you know, Slash and the like. Jerry Cantrell doesn't seem to be in that conversation. But for me, although I love Slash, probably my favorite, Jerry Cantrell is right there. He's awesome. His riffs are dark and amazing, and then his solos are fantastic, you know, bluesy and creepy and all the right things. So yeah, Jerry Cantrell, 4th album. And yeah, we got the Random Baggy here. We're gonna see what's coming up next. And who do we have here? Coldplay. For something completely different, Coldplay, and they have an album called Moon Music. So I'll check that out, and I will let you know what's up with the play of Cold. Coming right up. All right, Coldplay. Wow, there we go. I got a little bit of cleanup before I get into this Coldplay, and of course there's going to be the playlist that'll be in the description, and that has a couple songs from each of the albums that I've listened to and had in the tournament for Album of the Year. And that Jerry Cantrell is no different, so I missed talking about it. So a couple songs I'm going to put on there. One was called Off the Rails, and the other is called Held Your Tongue. And man, these are like Alice in Chains songs. Absolutely bueno. They're better than bueno. All right. Well, what's worse than bueno? What is it called? Guano. And that's Coldplay right here. Moon Music. This is the 10th album from Coldplay, and I gotta say, you know, I don't want to be too negative, but I've reviewed well over 100 albums now in this tournament, and I think this is the worst. Sheer Meg, perhaps, but that was their debut record, and give them a little bit of excuse. Coldplay is a massive, legendary artist. If they're not already, they'll probably be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And I just got to say that this is very disappointing. And to be frank, in my opinion, ever since they did the Super Bowl at halftime and they got outperformed by those guest pop stars that came on, Coldplay's kind of turned into a pop star-ish band. And I think I would rename this album Moon Music to Chris Martin's Found a Drum Machine. It was hard to get 2 songs, but that being said, I did get 2 songs for the playlist that will be in the description. And both of these kind of our take on older, early 2000 Coldplay, where they were an amazing band, amazing live band, and great songs. And yeah, it just seems to me like they're trying to be a pop art thing, and not for me. Anyways, it's for millions of people. I'm definitely not saying it's not. It's just not for me. These 2 songs feels like I am falling in love, and for some reason this is the only song on the album that first of all has no spaces in between the words and is all lowercase. Every other song is uppercase, I guess is the right word, capital letters. I don't know why. Maybe that's how they're getting their art out these days. I don't know. But those 2 songs are really good. They're going to be on the playlist. And let's move on. The tournament rolls on. I gotta say, I'm seeing the light at the end of this tunnel. There's not many left. Maybe six or so albums. But nonetheless, it's all about this one right now. And it is a band called the Strumbellas. And I've had the great fortune of opening up actually for this band at a music festival that I was on an island here in Canada. It was absolutely beautiful, and they're a great band. So Part-Time Believer is what we got for this album. So yeah, I'm gonna check it out and I will let you know what I think. All right, well, finished off my day of music. So that was the Strumbellas, and yeah, their album was called Part-Time Believer. And they made a full-time believer out of me. I'm just kidding, I already believed before. But yeah, so Strumbellas is a really good record. If you like, the sound of the first couple songs on the record, then I think you're going to like the whole record. It kind of sounds similar, which is not a bad thing. It's good record. A couple songs for that playlist I'm going to put on there. Steal My Soul, which reminds me of my earlier in my life breakup, in which I lost everything, including my soul. My car. The soul, that is, I was paying for and didn't get it. So yeah, and I guess that follows along with the next song that'll be on the playlist. Check it out in the description. It's called The Hurt. I don't hurt. Life's good. Life's good. So for today we had Coldplay, Jerry Cantrell, and the Strumbellas. And for me, it's going to be Jerry Cantrell moving on to the next round. So good luck to you, Jerry. Love you. I do. I love your dark soul. And yeah, thanks for sticking around, guys. There's not too many records left. I think there's only about 10 to get out of this qualifying round. So I see the light. I see the light. Oh, it's right here. Have a good night.